how I generated 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter with Web3 titans like Labs, Binance, GameStarter, Polygon, and more by leveraging this simple cold outreach system. This is all without relying on your network, referrals, making a single hire, or risking your reputation in the process. And let's go straight in. So this is just the preface of what we're looking to get into today. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And in this thesis, we're going to be diving into how the arrival of artificial intelligence, the fluctuation in market conditions, and the economic decline in the tech and software industries are reshaping the landscape as a whole. And our goal here is to uncover strategies for scaling a highly profitable Web3 company with cold outreach, even in the midst of such a fluctuating economic environment. So let's dive in. So this is what we're going to cover today: how to validate your most profitable offer, how to do market research the right way, how to create a no-brainer offer, how to create no-brainer value propositions and claims, how to stand out in a saturated market and eliminate your competition, how to create sales pages and VSLs that increase call booking rates 2 to 4x, and how to communicate your vision to the market, how to write sales pages that get results, exactly what to say in a VSL, much similar to this one, how to build high volume, hyper-targeted, organic cold outreach campaigns with AI to bring in 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter. Okay, so how to build good data so you never waste time on unqualified calls with unqualified people, how to set up all the technical stuff, how to follow up to book 2 times more sales calls without being spammy. And here's some proof. So right here we're looking at a GIF that showcases a student's calendar where they booked 97 plus sales demos in Q1 2023 for their Web3 SaaS, which estimated to be a $350,000 plus total value in their pipeline. So if you just watch this one real quick, you can see like all of the meetings we've booked in Q1 is just stacks and stacks of meetings there. And here's figure 2, where this is a pipeline report of a VC-backed Web3 company. I took from 2 to 3 meetings per week and £30,000 annual recurring revenue to 123k in 7 months. The screenshot just here on the right shows a student securing a deal with Labs. They obviously have $10 to $50 million revenue per year. Super excited to be a partner of Labs there. Here's another screenshot of one of my students generating a discovery call with GameStarter and Seedify. So GameStarter is obviously one of the top 15 revenue generating platforms in Web3, and Seedify is a huge incubator with their own projects going on, lots of cool stuff, and between them they have a $10 million plus ARR combined. This screenshot above shows a student securing a deal with South Korea's largest NFT project worth $100,000. Hey, so it was Andrew yesterday, 100% closed, contract signed. What's the potential earner there? Yeah, he signed agreement yesterday, all closed, should be a tasty earner. The drops usually do $500,000 to $2 million, so huge. The screenshot above shows a student securing a demo with Fox Network. We all know who Fox is. The screenshot above shows a student securing a demo with Polygon Studios, $200 billion valuation here. Thanks for the follow-up. Past few days have been a bit hectic. Guys apologizing to us for not getting back sooner because the offer was just such a banger. Happy to connect and discuss this further. Feel free to book a time with us. The screenshot above shows a student securing a meeting with C-Suite at Pluralfy, $250 million valuation. Hey, sorry for the late follow-up. Been traveling. How is this time for you tomorrow? Here's a cool one with an Animoca-backed company called Darewise, which have raised $4 million. These guys have worked with like Swoosh and some other big IPs. Here's another meeting with $11.3 million company that raised $11.3 million at Unique Network. Here's a cool one at BitsCrunch. They've raised $6.8 million and they're having a meeting with one of my students. Here's a cool one. Screenshot shows our students averaging 4 to 5 sales demos per day. As you can see here, tons of meetings, one with Moonbeam there. And here's a cool one. The screenshot above shows how I added 119k to my own agency in less than 12 months. Here we have a screenshot showing students sending 208 cold emails and booking 13 calls off the back of it. They use smaller lists and hyper-relevant scripts that hit the pain points of decision makers to a T. We know exactly what these decision makers are going through in their day-to-day and what my students can put in front of them to solve those problems. So this screenshot above shows a student sending 1,090 emails and booking 32 calls. So open rates are way higher. This is like an abnormal result, but this open rate is way higher than the industry standard, where 1/3 of campaigns, if you didn't know, have a 60% open rate and 20% of campaigns have an open rate under 20%. We get 89.63%, so not bad. 32 meetings booked here. This is one, it's a kind of another abnormal result from LinkedIn. This shows a student sending 674 invitations across a couple of weeks and 733 messages on LinkedIn, which generated a 50% response rate. So half those people responded in some capacity, positive, some negative, it happens. But we got 46.6% connection rate and secured 42 meetings out of this. LinkedIn is one of the most challenging platforms to crack due to the amount of low quality companies pitching there. And this screenshot above shows a student closing a deal via Twitter DMs for their Web3 consultancy. Not a single discovery call was made, not a demo call was made. They saw the competence, they saw the thesis, and they just closed on the DM. So, hey, I'm interested in exploring what we can achieve with your support. Let me know what the next steps are. Link should be through. Could you please confirm the payment? And that came through, adding you to Telegram now. So closed deal. So the great thing about this approach is that it allows you to reach out to directly to decision makers who perfectly match your ideal customer profile. So no more dealing with administrative staff, gatekeepers, people that can't say yes or no to your offer. So you're connecting only with the people who have the power to do so. And you might be thinking that cold outreach can come off as like spammy or unprofessional, and that's just simply not the case. A huge misunderstanding. It might be holding you back even from achieving significant results. But don't let that fear stop you from giving it a try and standing out from the crowd. In the world of Web3, things are a bit like the Wild West, as you already know. So it's crucial to be trustworthy, reliable, and to demonstrate your authenticity with solid results. And if you can do that, you'll navigate these uncharted waters like a pro and easily secure 53 to 97 sales calls every quarter for your Web3 company. And let's keep on to the next part. But first, some background. If you don't know me already, I'm Kai, and my clients are backed and partnered with Amazon, Avogotchi, Ava Labs, Chainport, Google, Ledger, MyNFT, Nike, Outlier Ventures, Polygon Studios, Rarible, Twitter, Umbro, Visa, Y Combinator. A few years ago, I got deep into B2B marketing, like real deep. And my job was to send cold emails for different companies to set up sales calls for them. I was like, this is going to be a breeze, but it wasn't easy at all. And I figured quickly that success in this field wasn't just about sending lots of emails. It was about more so finding the right fit for your product and market and making an irresistible offer to the right people. So in my B2B journey, I've worked in lots of different industries, like telecoms, healthcare, recruitment, finance, cybersecurity, construction, entertainment, fitness, software development. But the real adventure started when I jumped into the world of Web3. And I found out that the challenges are real, but the wins are too. You work hard and you get rewarded. So it's a path I'm excited to be on, and it's really interesting to see how everything's changing and how we do business on a whole, because all of that dynamic is moving so rapidly and so fast. Let's just take a step back and unveil reality for a second. As a Web3 company, you're definitely facing a significant challenge and you desperately need top-notch talent, but your funds are limited. It's like walking the tightrope, okay? The average salary for an SDR or sales dev rep is around 85K a year, and for a business development manager or BDM, it can go up to 300K, and that's not even counting performance bonuses. But hiring rookies isn't going to help you. It's not a silver bullet. They tend to stick to old, tried and true strategies rather than innovating, and they're also banking on your company or project taking off big time so they can cash out on their stocks. But here's the catch. Your salespeople or marketers are operating in separate bubbles. They're not connecting the dots between what the market, product development, and effective outreach strategies are. And these guys are totally missing the big picture. This lack of mastery and integration across these areas is a huge problem, and you can't afford people working in isolation or disjointed strategies. So failing to understand and apply these interconnected strategies will seriously hinder your growth. And your company's future hinges on tackling these challenges head on and fast. Okay, and we're living in a time of incredible change. So, next part. Let's enter the fourth industrial revolution, and we're going to chat a little bit more about this here, and then we'll get into the next steps and what we're going to go through. So in the fast-changing world of Web3, finding the right team to generate sales calls and bring in deals is a seriously tough task. The old-fashioned manual methods just don't cut it anymore, and this challenge is kind of like what we're seeing in the post-COVID era. Think about the challenges of starting a Web3 company, okay? It's not just a passing trend, it's a huge change that's reshaping how we work and do business. Just like remote work opened up access to talent from all over the world, Web3 needs people with specialized skills, and they're in high demand but short supply. Super hard to find these types of people. Like, S-tier killers who really get how this stuff works is like finding rare gems. What's even more interesting though is this idea of overemployment in this digital age. It's where super talented people can handle multiple roles in different organizations. And this isn't your typical job market, right? It's dynamic. So super fast, multifaceted system where being able to adapt and having expertise is super important. But here's the real game changer, and you all already know what this is. It's AI. And AI has the potential to make sales work in Web3 much smoother and better, but using it right needs planning and being quick on your feet. So people who embrace AI can totally change how they do things, boosting their productivity, and in the end, finding a lot more success in the Web3 world. So before we go any further, let's just call out who this is for. So before we hop on the call, and thanks for still being here if you are right now, you're probably wondering if Cold Ops is the right fit for you. Well, here's exactly who it's designed for. And it's designed for Web3 founders, CEOs, business development reps, sales development reps who haven't cracked the code on cold outreach yet, and those who have given cold outreach a shot and seen some success in the past. If you need someone to tell you exactly what to do to get clients, if you're looking for a step-by-step hands-on approach to fill up your deals pipeline, you want clear guidance on how to get more sales calls, you'd rather work on the business instead of being buried in the day-to-day stuff, you haven't found a profitable way to attract customers yet, companies that have nailed down their product market fit and have case studies that are really good. If you run a GameFi, DeFi, Web3 consultancy or Web3 marketing agency, and if you see yourself in this list, Cold Ops might just be what you're looking for. And also if you're fed up with things like wasting your money without seeing any real results, constantly being ignored and getting no responses, getting ghosted all the time, inconsistent leads trickling in, feeling completely lost when it comes to marketing and sales, not having a clue about any of the strategies I outlined in this thesis so far. If any of those resonated, then you're in the right place, stick around. And this is who Cold Ops is not for, okay? This is like who we're not working with. If you don't have client results or case studies, if you're not receptive to coaching and guidance, if patience isn't your strong suit, if your company mainly serves individual people like B2C, if you're scraping by with minimal resources, if your financial runway is down to 1-6 months, and if your primary focus is on trading activities. So in any of these scenarios I've just mentioned who it's not for, we're not going to be the best fit for you. So if you neglect any of the strategies I'm going over in this thesis and you fail to implement any of this stuff, your competitors will obliterate you in the market. And this is the core argument of my thesis. If your Web3 company has product market fit, you can realistically secure 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter. And here's the exciting part. You only need a small, highly skilled team of 1 to 3 people to do that, who understand everything I'm discussing in this paper, and you won't need a ton of money to do so. And all you need to do is imagine the impact this kind of growth could have on your company's value, right? So investors would be super eager to pour money into your business. Unfortunately, many companies and projects don't make it this far. So what happens is they usually get stuck using old marketing methods, mishandle their money and finances, hire expensive people, huge massive burn rates. I see it all the time. These guys generally lack the right skills and make impulsive decisions based on the unpredictable market trends. And I've seen this happen to several companies in the past few months, and I must admit I've made some of these mistakes myself. So relying on outdated strategies is going to be a recipe for disaster. And in the Web3 industry, too many companies have grown complacent, counting on favorable market conditions. But now, as the market swings between bear and bull, the game is changing. Companies and projects that used to carry dead weight are scrambling to cut costs and protect their profits. Take a look at industry giants like Amazon, Google, Meta, Twitter, even CoinDesk, for example. They've all had to cut 10% of their workforce in the last year. And the surge in lead generation agencies and novice marketers, I'm sure your inbox is flooded with these types of guys all the time. And obviously, thanks to the popularity of online entrepreneurship courses, this has disrupted traditional outbound strategies and inflated customer acquisition costs. So this has left a lot of Web3 companies struggling to keep up, and yet many Web3 firms are still clinging to outdated outreach methods. And given the major shifts we've seen in the past 18 months and the recent slowdown in Web3, it's no surprise that your lead generation team is struggling, okay? And here's the real twist, right? Innovation doesn't usually come from the top. It often starts on the edges, the fringes, with those who dare to be different and refuse to follow the crowd. And Silicon Valley, for example, which used to be a hotbed of innovation, has fallen into groupthink and real stale ideas. So now the true innovators in B2B marketing and Web3 marketing are often 17-year-olds running agencies from their bedrooms, not corporate execs. And it's ironic because considering that many Silicon Valley pioneers started with the same spirit, right? We think of like Apple, of Microsoft, and for the past few years, I've been blending these corporate tech practices with my own guerrilla tactics, which have been inspired somewhat by these unconventional young marketers. And the result? Predictable systems that consistently generate a stream of deals. And today, I lead the outbound efforts for a VC-backed Web3 SaaS company in London, UK. And we went from 33K to 123K in annual recurring revenue in less than 7 months, all through cold outreach. And in that meantime, I've secured meetings with some of the biggest names in blockchain, Web3, and Fortune 500, like Altiverse, Animoca, Binance, Chainlink, Darewise, Fox, GameStarter, Gucci, Napster, Outlier Ventures, Universal Music Group, and tons more. So when it comes to scaling Web3 companies with cold outreach, I've certainly got my reps in. And here's some screenshots for you from Binance, for example. Hey, I'll be traveling until 16th June. Let's arrange something when I'm back. Animoca brands here. My students sent a message request and they got positive reply to book a meeting on Wednesday. Chainlink, that was funny. Let's have a call next week. I'm in EST. Does that work with you? Meeting booked with Fortune 500 company, which is Intel. Going to be a good payday if they close this. One from Blackstone here. So 2 projects they're bidding on at the moment, one with Blackstone, one with another company, and each deal is worth $100,000 for them. And here's one from Global Event Management Company in Dubai. So thank you for reaching out. Yes, we could meet for a coffee. In-person meetings, like what could be better, right? Let's crack on to the main part of the thesis. So how can you generate 53 to 97 plus sales calls per quarter with Web3 titans like the ones I just showed you, like Binance, Chainlink, Ava Labs, Polygon, all them guys. And it's all based on 3 simple steps, okay? It's how to validate your most profitable offer, how to create sales pages and VSLs that increase call booking rates 2 to 4x, how to build high volume, hyper-targeted, organic cold outreach campaigns with AI to bring in 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter. And step 1, let's go. So how to validate your most profitable offer. Step 1, how to do market research the right way, okay? So the best way to learn about your target audience is by talking to them directly. One way to do this is by having free consultation calls with potential customers in your market. And this not only helps you gather important info, but also builds trust and relationships at a massive scale. So here's how we do it. So step 1 is ask them about their business, find out where they are right now and where they want to go, understand their journey, learn about the milestones they've reached and what they plan to achieve next, explore their challenges, find out what problems they are facing and what's stopping them from progressing, get insights into their strategies, okay? So ask them about their solutions, what they've tried, what has worked, what hasn't worked in the market, learn about their successes, their client wins, all the results they're getting so far and how they're getting those results, and discover what's currently working well for them. Talk about pricing, ask them how much they were willing to pay for your solution. And don't limit yourself to just 1 or 2 calls. Like, we need to have at least 20 calls here to consider this as relevant. So we need to have at least 20 calls here to consider this as effective. And this way you'll gather a lot of valuable info about your target audience's needs, problems and goals. And now we just put it all together, okay? So we're going to take all of that and put it together. So step 1 is make a list of 100 potential clients on SalesNav, or Twitter list if you're doing it that way as well, absolutely fine. All you need to do is send them a connection request or send them a DM with this script. And once they accept, you just literally, like I said, send them a script like this. Hey, just doing some market research for something new I'm putting together. I'll be sharing insights and some strategies that you're free to steal in exchange. So you give me something, I give you something. Pretty straightforward. Would you be against a quick chat sometime next week? Hey Kai, yeah, I'd be open to having a chat. 12:52 that sent, 12:53 next minute he sent me a message to get on the call. You may need to follow up a few times after this in any case, just in case, right? So just do the following: like and comment on their posts, send a relevant post or piece of content related to your industry, a name, saw this post and figured it might be relevant. Here's some proof that this stuff works, but again, through cold email. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'd love to set up a call. I can invite my colleagues to join as well. Your stories and strategies may be a great fit for us all to have a listen to. Let me know when you're free, and we set that up and book the consultation call. And after talking to lots of potential customers, it's time to look at all the info you gathered. And obviously this is going to seem like a lot of stuff to do, right? But don't worry, you'll be fine. And what you want to do is find the most common answers to a few important questions. So all of these questions are relevant, 1 to 6, but if you actually don't have the time, you can just break it down into 3. So what are the problems most businesses in your market face? What do they need and what's working well? What are these businesses and where are these businesses on their journey? Have they reached certain goals, and what's next for them? How much would they be willing to pay for your solution? So if you can't knock out those 1 to 6 ones, at least get these 1 to 3 in. These are like core ones. And by finding the answers that come up most often, you can make smart decisions about your product, how to price it, and how to market it. Okay, so this research is like getting on the same page as your target customers. It helps you build a product that really fits their needs. And it's not just about guessing, it's about understanding what they want at that time. And here's the cool part. Most businesses skip this step. So you're going to be way far ahead than all of your competitors in the market. It's great. And they don't talk to their customers enough anyway. So you're going to be way ahead of the game. And you're building trust with your customers and getting to know them better than your competitors. This is huge. And this can turn these conversations into real business relationships. And sometimes businesses make a big mistake. They think they know what the market needs, but they really don't understand it. And they might build something, try to sell it, and it doesn't work at all. And then they go back to the drawing board and try again and again and again and again, just throwing like spaghetti at the wall, hoping something is going to stick. But it doesn't really work that way. But remember, just because you think something is a good idea doesn't mean customers will buy it, right? You need to understand what the market actually wants. And most of the time, it's not about what you think. It's about what they need. And so the first step in building a successful biz in Web3 is not building a product right away. Common misconception. Just talking to the people you want to help and figuring out their problems and needs, then you can create something that truly matches what they're looking for. So once you have an idea, don't spend too much time and money building it right away. Instead, just sell the idea to your potential customers and see if they're interested. If they are, then you can move forward. And if not, you can adjust your plan or find a different idea. And this way, you save time, money, all the resources, and increase your chances of success in the market. Step 2. How to create no-brainer value props and claims. In the beginning, it's all about figuring out what your secret sauce is. So imagine every person thinking, why the hell should I care about this? And here are 3 things to think about. The claim, which is 10% of the equation. What are you promising your customers? What is the proposed outcome? The guarantee, which is another 10% of the equation. How can you make customers feel sure they won't regret choosing you? So the proof is actually the main core part of this equation. So it's 80% of the equation. Huge. So do you have proof? Proof is going to out all of this stuff. So do you have proof that what you're offering works? Like happy customers, client reviews, testimonials, endorsements, whatever it may be. People saying good stuff about you, your business, your company, your people, and the results they're getting is going to be huge for you. And it's going to give you so much leverage. So now when you decide if you should offer a guarantee, think about your product or service. You can go for a money back guarantee, which is like, this means if people aren't happy, they just get their money back, no questions asked. Performance-based guarantee, this means you promise certain results in a certain time frame, and if not, you maybe work with them for free or something like that. So here's a few examples. For biz selling software to big companies, you can get big clients for less money and in less time through smart relationships. So get result in time frame through mechanism, okay? For startup leaders, get top investment firms interested without sending endless emails. Get result without pain point. For developers, double your revenue in less than 4 months. Result, time frame. And how strong your promise is depends on your market as well. So if you're the first to offer something, you're like a complete one of one. Make your promise bold and new and exciting. And if others are doing something similar, make your promise even better. And if you're using a smarter method, maybe highlight that, like a new mechanism or something cool. And if you're not the first and your method isn't super different, focus on connecting with your customers, building personal brands and stuff like that to really connect and show that you're trustworthy, reliable, and all that good stuff. Like competence will be really helpful here. So, and obviously remember those calls you made to customers earlier, the consultation ones, right? The things you learn from them will help you make a promise that really speaks to your customers' needs. And you can just use this to create an offer that really works for them. And keep it simple. It's about showing that you understand your customers and can give them what they want and delivering on it. And step 3, how to stand out in a saturated market and eliminate the competition. Introducing a brand new claim to the market can be met with tons of doubt. They might ask, why the hell should we believe in you? And to gain their trust, you must establish your authority and what we'll call the authority gap in this occasion. And it's about proving you're an expert in your field. And to find the right proof, just look at what's already successful. If you have evidence in your claim, put it on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, Medium, all your socials, website, landing page, everywhere. But if you lack direct proof, you can just borrow credibility from others. For example, reference research papers, market data, or highlight impressive team credentials. And incorporate these forms of validation into your presentations using visuals and stories. And aim for about 5 or 6 highly relevant credibility boosters. And here are some additional strategies to solidify that. Keep a consistent message across all your communication channels. Share your industry insights through social media platforms, podcasts and stuff, Twitter Spaces, for example, to establish thought leadership. Collaborate with respected figures or companies in your field, whether that's through joint ventures or co-authored material. Showcase real success stories from your users, particularly if they include well-known names. Regularly engage with your audience by responding to comments and inquiries, demonstrating your commitment to their needs. And by following these steps, you'll not only close the authority gap, but also position yourself as a trusted and knowledgeable figure in Web3. So, win-win. Here's a simple discovery call process, actually. So when you've done all the consultation, when you've got your offer intact and stuff like that, it's probably now time to get into the market and start booking some calls in some capacity. So this is just a quick demonstration of how a discovery call works and how a close call works. So this is the beginning of the disco call. So first things first, take control and set the agenda. Hey John, here's what we're going through today. We're going to be covering X, Y, Z and seeing if we're a fit. And if we are a fit, we can go to the next call where I will present you an offer. And if you like it, you can say yes. If you don't like it, you can say no. And we can go from there. Discovery questions, all these different things. What's your LTV? What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it? What pain points do you have? What have you tried? What haven't you tried? All that kind of stuff. If it's qualified, if it's not qualified, you go to agree on a follow-up if it makes sense. Like maybe they're not ready, maybe they're 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, can't afford it, whatever the case is. And then just end the call there and then set clear follow-up steps. And if they are qualified, basically what we do is we spark curiosity with the mini pitch. So, hey John, we just wrapped up a project where we did X, Y, Z, X result in time frame without pain point. This is what we do. We've been doing it for X amount of time. Is that still interesting? Yeah, cool. Then continue on to the next part. Schedule demo call and explain agenda. Summarize and end the call. And then send like a Loom video, maybe something like this, or just some follow-up notes with your thoughts on what you guys can do together potentially. And go from there and then set the call there and then with all the decision makers. Again, take control and set agenda. Hey John, this is a decision call or this is a demo call. We're going to go through X, Y, Z. At the end of it, I'm going to present you a solution. And if you like it, yes. If you don't like it, no. And then we can go from there and lock that in. And, you know, if all decision makers are present, no. Can decisions still be made? Yes. Then continue the demo call and review discovery notes and make sure all is still accurate. So, hey, John, all the stuff you told me before in the last call, is that still a priority or is that still relevant? If it is, let's chat. If it's not, let's just talk about where you guys are at right now and why things have changed. Go over the pitch, present the pitch, close, client buyers, yes, start onboarding. Super straightforward. If they don't buy, clarify the objection, handle the objection, close, and then just keep asking for the close, handle objection, close, and then you will get there. And if decision makers aren't there for whatever reason, then you don't need to waste your time spending time talking about this with them right there, right now, because nobody can make a decision anyway. So let's just reschedule when all the people that can say yes or no are in the room. And if you are reading this thesis and you're not watching this video right now, you can just click here and you can get this whole framework and discovery call and close calls through. Next part, how to create sales pages and VSLs that increase call booking rates 2 to 4x. So step 1 is how to communicate your vision to the market. Congrats, you've achieved product market fit and your Web3 offer is on the right track. So to secure 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter, you need to follow these steps effectively and swiftly. And as the founder, it's crucial to have a clear vision for your company's mission and value proposition. So in many startups, the vision isn't always well understood by the team, which can lead to confusion and inefficiencies. So sometimes employees may think they understand the vision, but their actions suggest otherwise. And this isn't because of their lack of effort, but often due to unclear comms. And the founder might assume that the team shares their insights, leading to dissatisfaction and wasted time. But to avoid this, really and truly, all you need to do is create something like a founder's codex, like a guide, a living document that encapsulates your vision, mission, values, and goals for the company. And it should also provide insights into the market landscape and how your product or service benefits customers. And this codex will help your team better understand the business and align their work with your vision. And additionally, it will foster a culture of open dialogue and continuous learning. So regular team meetings, one-on-one sessions can encourage questions, idea sharing, and a deeper understanding of the company's vision. And providing training and development opportunities related to your business's core functions can further ensure alignment. So remember, alignment doesn't mean everyone thinks the same way. That just means that you need to embrace diverse perspectives, as that can lead to new ideas, cool things, innovation, all that good stuff. And the key is to ensure that everyone is working toward the same goal, which is your company's vision. By doing this, you can reduce misalignment, save time and resources, your most precious things, and build a cohesive, efficient team that shares and works toward your vision. So step 2 is how to write sales pages that get results. So what's a sales letter? It's basically like this, but on paper. A sales letter is a persuasive argument that connects your customers' problems with your simple solution. And it's a versatile piece of content used to reach potential customers through email, website traffic, or even as a script for sales calls. And in Web3, sales letters are pretty much transformed into white papers. So you can also use elements from your sales letter to enhance your website and landing pages, your content, everything, short form, long form. Now let's get straight to the point. You have a fantastic idea and business to match, but you need to communicate that vision effectively to your team and potential customers. And here's the thing, you can't pass this task to someone else. Your vision, your mission, your why is way too important to delegate. So start by creating a foundational copy document, the story of your business in your own words. That isn't something you scribble down casually, it's a deep dive into the essence of your business. So find a quiet space, shut out distractions, and let your vision flow onto the page. Be brutally honest and analytical about what your company does, why it does it, and how it benefits your customers. This foundational copy will be the backbone of your marketing efforts. It's all drawn directly from your own personal experiences, insights, from your previous consultations and sales calls. So make sure you leverage all of that data you had in those consultation calls to influence this. And it's not just for educating your team, it's a guide for creating marketing and sales materials for the present and future state of your company. And this sets the tone, style, and content for everything from your blogs and articles to sales scripts and case studies. And the key here is to use your disco calls not just for making sales, but to delve into your market's pain points and truly understand what your niche needs. I wouldn't worry too much about offering nice to haves. It's all about creating solutions to real problems. And analyzing your conversations with tools like Fathom can help build your foundational copy, giving your product team and marketers valuable insights into your audience's motivations and needs. And here's some takeaways. This is stuff you can action, and it's create a foundational copy document that explains your business's core mission, values, and benefits. Be honest and analytical in describing what your company does and why it does it. Use your discovery calls to deeply understand your market's pain points and needs. Focus on developing solutions that address real problems, not just nice to haves. Analyze your conversations using tools like Fathom to gain insights into your audience's motivations and needs. And here's exactly what to say in a VSL. This is step 3. So what we're doing right now, this is a VSL. I scripted this out. I wrote the thesis, and now I'm recording it. So many Web3 companies end up with websites that just look like everyone else's, landing pages all the same, copies all the same, and everyone just looks like a clone. So how you stand out is by creating a website that truly reflects your unique vision and value proposition, and that can significantly boost conversion rates and reduce your customer acquisition costs at the same time. So you save so much money by preparing these kind of assets. So you might be worried though and say like, I'm not a writer, and that's cool. There are tools like Cohesive and professional copywriters who can help turn your ideas into a compelling story. So you've crafted your sales letter, but there's another powerful move you can make. And transforming your sales letter into a video sales letter can be a game changer. A VSL is essentially a living, breathing, engaging video that communicates your value proposition in a relatable and persuasive way. And it focuses on the results and benefits, not just the features, a common mistake made by beginners. And placing this compelling VSL prominently on your website can significantly boost conversion rates, close deals faster, and shorten the entire sales process. Like 80% of the heavy lifting in sales can be leveraged by ripping a really good video sales letter. And it has so much leverage and weight because everything's in one big, giant, living, breathing document that just screams competence, authority, you know what you're talking about. And nobody's doing this in Web3, as far as I can tell. So this translates to lower acquisition costs and higher profits for your business, which is fantastic. So these are some actionable takeaways that you can do. So ensure your website reflects your unique vision and value prop, setting you apart from the competition. Don't worry if you're not a writer, you can use tools like Cohesive, and professional copywriters can help craft compelling website content. Consider turning your sales letter into a VSL, video sales letter, to engage visitors more effectively, and focus your VSL on the outcomes and benefits and results you've generated with your product or service offers rather than just the features. And then place your VSL prominently on your website, top of your landing page, on YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, socials, everywhere. To improve conversion rate, close deals quicker, and reduce acquisition costs. So here's some results from VSLs that my students have done and I've done in the past. Here's a student that got a verbal approval from a new client via Twitter because of his VSL. I watch your videos, testimonials, looked you up on LinkedIn. I'm satisfied we need to have a go with you. Here's another student securing a decision call with a $2 million plus ARR Web3 company after they watched his VSL. This Metaverse Books was an amazing lead, super high quality, best one yet. The VSL is working. Let's fucking go. How did the call go? Amazing. They just closed deals with FIFA, TikTok, and their Metaverse is a real platform. Great news. All 3 founders were on the call. They want to see a proposal and have real needs and some budget. So here's compliments from a 7-figure co-founder regarding the VSL coaching inside Cold Ops. I'm not surprised your VSL is a work of art. And here's a student securing a sales call after sending her VSL to an ideal client. So we pinged this over on LinkedIn. We shot them over the thesis and just asked the next day, like, was the thesis relevant? Either way, let me know. They came back and said, hey, we're reviewing it. The next day, could we set up a call? So the VSL works, simply. To create an effective video sales letter, we need to follow this structure. Start strong, begin with a compelling statement that grabs your audience's attention right away. Real world results, showcase actual examples how your customers have benefited from your product or service, case studies, testimonials, all that kind of good stuff. Address all the pain points, illustrate your understanding of the challenges and frustrations your target audience is experiencing, paint a bright picture, help your audience envision a better future achievable through your solution, build trust, share customer testimonials or data that confirm the effectiveness of your offering, show your expertise, front load that competence, establish credibility, highlight your company's achievements and experience, humanize it all, introduce the people behind your company, all your team, everyone that works behind the scenes to make it more relatable. Highlight the benefits, so emphasize the primary advantages of using your product or service. Unique features, so explain what sets your product apart and how it makes a difference. Consequences of inaction, so all the stuff that would happen if they don't take action on your offer or your solution or anything like that. So describe what your potential customers might lose out if they don't do any of that stuff. Reinforce the opening, bring back your initial compelling statement to remind them of the main point. And more trust. So provide additional customer testimonials or data to strengthen your case. And next steps is like clearly outline the steps for your target audience to engage with your product or service, CTA, book a call, let's get on a call, that kind of stuff. Remember, the goal is to convey your vision and mission in a way that resonates with your audience. Okay, so we're not just about selling a product, it's about telling your story and demonstrating how your offering can bring positive change in their business and take them from point A to point B with minimal friction. Here's just a simple flow I put together. So new insights gained in the market, yes. Tweak protocol based on new insights, complete protocol, analyze results. New insights gained, no. Build test for protocol, complete protocol, like just keep looping and iterating as you go along, because the VSL or the sales letter in general is just a living, breathing document. It's hybrid and it changes every so often, maybe even every couple of weeks, every couple of months, but the more you update it with more insights of the market that you have, a client or a customer or just on a discovery call, you might come across a new comment or a new question or a new pain point that you've never heard before. Oh, these guys seem to be having a problem with this. I don't even talk about that. Or I have a solution for that, but I don't talk about it. Let me just put that in the thesis. This is the bit that you guys have been waiting for. So how to build high volume, hyper-targeted, organic cold outreach campaigns with AI to bring in 53 to 97 sales calls per quarter. And LinkedIn and cold email are well-known tools for reaching out to potential clients, but their application is evolving all the time. So, however, they're not the only options in our toolbox, right? So to truly stand out, we embrace an automated omni-channel strategy that goes beyond the basics. And we use channels like Twitter, Discord, Telegram, and SMS to ensure your schedule is filled with sales calls. So forward-thinking entrepreneurs are leading the way, leaving large companies lagging behind in all departments, especially in adapting these progressive methods. So the old way of doing things, like sending generic LinkedIn messages and cold emails, is super outdated and rely on practices from a decade ago, which is a huge mistake in today's fast-paced Web3. So my 5 years of experience in the field have taught me some valuable lessons. So sending hundreds of emails from one address isn't going to cut it. That doesn't lead to high open rates. It's all going to bounce, especially rates. You're not going to get any rates above 60%. Messages that lack personalization and don't clearly address specific problems within set timelines are ineffective. In a competitive email environment, good copywriting is essential. Anything less is a waste of your time and resources. The number of emails needed for effective results is increasing. So imagine this scenario, right? You receive 2 messages on LinkedIn. The first is like every other connection request, impersonal and forgettable, but the second one is different. It mentions a colleague, establishing authority, engages you and compels you to take action. In fact, it works so well that it secures a sales call on the same day. Which message do you think you respond to? And here's the two examples. So this is a message one of my students received. I would like to ask you, blah, 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 blah. The first mistake is they answered with I, which is never good. You're talking about yourself. Like, it's not even about you, it's about your ideal prospect and what they're going through in their company. So all of this is never going to get answered. So let's just cover that up for a sec and look at this one. So we've established authority by saying Joel suggested we connect. Hey Ivan, Joel and I connected via email and he suggested I reach you here. I've run out of connect requests for the week. Can you add me? Look forward to discussing possibilities. He got back to us in the same day, about 6 hours later. Hey Cameron, sure, happy to connect with you. Let's arrange a call and discuss the details. If you answered anything other than this one here, you're good. So step 1, build good data so you never waste time on unqualified calls. So marketing strategies have evolved significantly and Web3 companies that don't adapt may find it challenging to succeed. But gone are the days of manual outreach where sending countless emails was the norm. So nowadays quality is more important than quantity, especially in Web3 where reputation is key. One crucial element though of a successful campaign is high quality data, and there's no dedicated Web3 database to get emails, LinkedIn, Twitter, nothing. There's like no database. You have to do it all manually at the moment to some extent. So poor data selection can lead to problems like bounced emails, blacklisted domains, banned accounts, and most importantly, ineffective outreach. Just total waste of time and headache. Instead, it's better to use pre-warmed domains to send personalized emails that resonate with your target audience's needs. And when combined with copy and precise targeting, this approach can yield significant results and even transform Web3 companies into million-dollar operations within a year. So while many people, though, they'll rely on platforms like Apollo and other databases where everyone else is fishing, it's worth considering alternative strategies to stand out in this market. So here's one approach that I found. So register on findemail.com and LinkedIn Sales Nav, and they work hand in hand together. You create a list on Findemail, export the data from LinkedIn, generate a CSV list of potential leads, and then you use a tool like smartlead.ai to run your cold email campaigns. You upload that CSV list from LinkedIn and Findemail of your ideal clients, email copy, and hit send. And then with this customized data, you can create highly targeted campaigns that directly address your market's needs. And the result, increased conversion rate similar to successes we've achieved for our clients and students. So now more than ever, it's essential to leave behind outdated techniques and embrace fresh, data-driven methods. Here's just a screenshot of what Find Email looks like. You can see Ubisoft here and some other GameFi companies and game development studios in Web3, and this is pretty much what you get from Find Email. So real data, real people, and you can just use this in your campaigns. And when it comes to other platforms like Twitter, Discord, Telegram, SMS, for example, the process remains the same, just adapted to fit different channels. And you can only get this access to this alpha if you work with cold ops. So it's reserved for us. This is a response from Sandbox, so it sounds interesting. How would you like to get on a call? Been waiting to get into Animoca for ages. Solid call with Richard. He likes what we do, and if that goes well, which he will, he'll intro us to Universal Music. Big call coming from Altiverse. Let's lock in that meeting. Yeah, booked. Hi, thanks for reaching out. Let's have a chat. Each deal worth 100K. Like, it just kind of speaks for itself. Step 2 is setup. So it's quite surprising, but it's true. Almost every Web3 business out there, including the big blue chips, isn't doing their cold outreach strategies right. In fact, many of them aren't even getting their emails to the right people, which is crazy. So let me explain this to you. Companies like Google, Microsoft have spam filters built into their email systems. And what makes an email go to the spam folder? Well, there's three main reasons. Irregular sending patterns, getting marked as spam, using certain spam-related words. Those are the top 3. There is a way, though, around these spam filters to consistently land your emails in the primary inbox is where we want to be. That's where we get results. That's where we get meetings. And here's how we do it. So first, we diversify the domains we use to send emails. So we purchase like 20 domains or 10 domains, and we get 2 inboxes per domain. So 20 domains will give you 40, 10 domains will give you 20. And you can up that as you please. So instead of relying on just one domain, we spread out our email sending across various domains. We make sure these domains have proper security measures like SPF, DKIM, DMARC records, and we gradually warm them up slowly by sending emails through them along with other cold email senders using tools like SmartLead. SmartLead will cover everything for you. It's a fantastic tool. I suggest you get it. This helps teach the spam algorithms that emails from these domains are legitimate. And next, the content of your email is crucial. So what you're saying to your market. And this is where having high quality data comes into play, because if your emails are irrelevant, sent to the wrong people, recipients might ignore them, or worse, mark them as spam. So there is a quick way to get your domains flagged as spam and have your emails end up in spam folders. So lastly, it's essential to keep your emails fresh and diverse. And each email should be unique to avoid suspicion. And why? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Regular people don't send the same emails repeatedly to different contacts. And sending unique emails signals to email service providers that you're a real person sending legitimate emails. And the best part is that even though this might seem like a lot of work, we've automated the whole process when you work with us. So we ensure that your cold outreach not only reaches your ideal clients, but also leads to successful sales calls. So we're on to step 3 now, which is the script and follow-up. It's probably one of my favorite parts. And everything we've discussed so far leads us to the most important part of the whole process, which is the messages you're sending. So keep in mind though, you're not sending a newsletter that someone signed up for. You're literally entering someone's personal space, their inbox, and asking for their attention when they weren't expecting it at all. So your message needs to be concise, relevant, and attention-grabbing to succeed. And we have extensive experience in cold outreach. So we've written thousands and thousands of scripts and scheduled thousands of sales calls for ourselves and our clients and students. So let's dive into a real-world example. So hey, keep seeing your profile pop up in my LinkedIn, so figured I'd reach out. So I'm in this space as well and have helped companies like Client 1, Client 2, Client 3 by collaborating with X and other high profiles. I'd love to share a couple of great stories and strategies that you're free to steal. Open to a quick chat sometime next week. So considering the client's target audience, we decided a direct approach was best and we just went straight for the call. And when they didn't respond, we sent a simple bump asking who the right person to speak to was. So who might be the right person to discuss growth strategies with at the company. And they got back to us just like that. They pinged us back, eager for a convo. I've sent you a connection request on LinkedIn. Let's set up a call. Are you available? Let's chat. And as you can see, follow-ups are absolutely crucial, especially in the ever-changing Web3 space. It's vital to stay on people's radar. And why? It's because unexpected proposals take time to sink into their brain. And let's be honest, you're not the only one competing for their attention. Your job is to remind them that you're still around and ready to do business if it's a good fit. And some people might think that a couple of follow-ups are enough. It's not. Like, let's just stop that right there. So I've encountered people, though, who, before working with me, admitted they didn't follow up at all, which is crazy, right? So in reality, if you're not persistent, you'll barely scratch the surface and won't close any deal. So yeah, I've closed like deals on the first call, but there have also been times when I've had to follow up more than 20 times to seal the deal, which is insane. So clearly, persistence is the key to success. Here's another example. So Cameron had tried emailing this person before, but didn't get any response. You know, we connected via email a few weeks back. This is Feb 12. I wanted to share more info on how we did X and Y in time frame. Cool if I share that here. And after looking at Cameron's target audience, I noticed that some people in the Web3 industry can sometimes be more active on LinkedIn than Twitter. Sometimes, not all the time, but this was the case in this occasion. So we had sent this person a few emails before, so we didn't want to seem too pushy. And we waited for about 3 weeks before sending a new one. So to our surprise, they responded with, I'm happy to connect you with someone internally. The reason for their earlier lack of response was because they were in the process of transitioning out of the company. So they had some stuff going on, which is cool. We understand that. So April 6th is when we sent the next one. And then after experiencing more silence without any response, we decided to send another follow-up message a few weeks later. That was April 26th. Here, another message we sent out on May 7th. So I advised Cameron to reach out to another person within the company since it seemed like the previous contact might have already left. When he did, he received a message back almost immediately that said, absolutely, what are you looking for? And however, after this initial response, they kind of went silent again. So most people here would kind of give up, right? They would just be like, nah, 5 messages, 6 messages, whatever, I'm just going to stop here. No, you keep going. So now many people might have given up at this point and not pursued it any further. But from my experience, I've learned that this is almost always the worst thing you can do because eventually they did get back to us. And to our surprise, they had also left the company. So, but despite the setback, we decided to take another shot and ask if they can connect us with the right person. So apologies for not getting back sooner. I'm no longer with the company. Open to being a legend and pointing me to the right person who can help me. Gotcha, sure. So we reached out to them and they ended up with responding, let me know what you have in mind, literally within the minute. So after reaching out to different people in the company, the third time was definitely the charm. We got the meeting in, and what should have taken like 24 hours or so, or less even, to schedule a call, it took almost 6 months of back and forth. Can you imagine the headache? But we got it done. And so you can see how crucial it is to follow up with everyone who ever comes into contact with your company, because you never know when you're going to strike gold. So unless the prospects explicitly express their disinterest and they tell you no, always assume they're busy and could use another reminder. What separates our system from the rest is the strategic focus on the right target, and you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing them a disservice. It's not honourable to not contact them because you have a solution. So we're not randomly sending outreach to millions though, we're zeroing in on the ideal customer profile who stands to benefit the most from your services. And moreover, we're targeting businesses that can genuinely afford your offerings. So there's no use in pitching like 5 to 6 figure service to companies that aren't generating revenue. And by focusing on the right projects, we save time and increase sales efficiency. So start organic outbound, cold email and LinkedIn as standard, like right now, go do it. And is it new? No. Have the tactics changed dramatically? Yes. So Web3 is massively behind the curve, and all the tactics are created in the micro but hungry entrepreneurs, which I mentioned earlier. And the days of sending out blanketed, boring, impersonalized and unengaging cold outreach, are way behind us. And the funny thing is like the idea that you can run the same tactics from a decade-old book, whose tactics were from the early 2000s, by the way, is totally laughable. But here are some of my definitive truths from my 5 years in the trenches. So you can't send out hundreds of emails from a single email address and expect decent open rates of 60% plus. It's not going to happen to you. You can not send out impersonalized messages with bland claims about solving vague problems on undefined timelines. The competition in someone's inbox is so fierce these days that you must have an intermediate understanding of copywriting to stand even a heck of a chance, and to do otherwise would be a total waste of your time and money. And additionally, the volume at which you must send is ever increasing. So this sounds like a direct contrast to the paragraph above, but it's not. You need dozens of domains that have been warmed up using the right warming tools for at least 10 to 20 days on Smartly, sending out the appropriate volume of about 50 a day with AI personalization at best, all forwarding to a single inbox with direct response copywriting and impeccable targeting. If you've got all those, tick box, you're going to get meetings. And is it difficult? Yes, undeniably, but still doable. And again, I took a Web3 SaaS to 97 calls per quarter and over 123k using cold email alone in 7 months. And the result of any misstep will be entering the spam filter, blacklisting the domains, all the bad stuff, poor results, poor use of productivity, and you will be digging a hole with a spoon if you're hitting these bad things. So what is the solution? This is where we start to see the emergence of a brave new world. The introduction of AI and automation and heavy adoption of fringe tactics that are 3 to 5 years ahead of mainstream corp practices. The result of these practices, though, is the rapid generation of cheap, qualified sales calls, cheap customer acquisition with highly targeted prospects who already resonate with the claims of the outreach copy, the thesis, the VSL. They just get it. So here's a quick flow of how that looks. So we've got outbound campaigns, we've got video sales letter. So outbound campaigns push the prospect to the video sales letter on your landing page or website. They book a discovery call based on that. Outbound campaigns can also just go straight to disco call as well. If it's qualified, yes, do your demo call. Prospect closes, start onboarding. Potential for later if the prospect is qualified, but no, and there's a potential for later business. You can push it to the CRM and get in touch with them in the next 3 to 6 months or however long that is, and then you can just stop the sale. If not for potential later, you can just stop the sales process in the tracks there. And if demo call, the prospect closes and it's no, follow up call in 1 to 3 days. At least set next steps and stuff like that, and then the prospect closes. And if it doesn't close and the prospect has received 5 follow-ups, I would probably go a little bit longer, do maybe a nurturing sequence of 10 emails or some follow-ups on LinkedIn or another platform. If they have received 10 follow-ups or so, I would just stop the sales process there for a bit and then maybe reach them in a couple of months, make a note. And if they have not received follow-ups, this is what you do. Send more case studies, info, client interviews, all that good stuff. And this will lead to more deals in your pipeline. So thanks for sticking with me. You've made it pretty much to the end. So the 53 to 97 sales demos per quarter, cold ops process. So when you become a client, here's a rundown of what to expect. So onboarding call, you'll kick off with an onboarding call alongside your dedicated success manager, myself or another team member, and together we'll start documenting essential insights on a business audit template. Offer formulation, so you join an offer formulation session where we'll work on defining your pricing strategy and crafting a compelling value prop, and case studies will help put together all your results, all your best work, and transform them into persuasive use cases and arguments that you can use to get more clients. Sales arguments, utilizing these results and case studies will create a powerful sales argument for you to build out your video sales letter. Access to data will give you access to our cold email data provider and enable you to start building really targeted prospect lists. Set up all the tech, cold outreach across LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, SMS, Discord, every single channel we'll cover. Attend a one-on-one script writing session where we'll write all the scripts for you and present them to you, and then you can approve them. And you'll also learn how to write them yourself. This is the fun part. Turn on your cold outreach engine and initiate your outreach campaigns. Coaching calls, lead generation, campaign review, response handling, coaching call, and sales coaching calls to fine-tune and optimize your entire process. Sales call recording. Record all your sales calls is a must and submit them for review and feedback. Content creation, so generate valuable sales assets and content based on our guides and swipe files. Submit all your cold email responses for review and we'll help you out with inbox management frameworks. Helping you set up Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube channels to boost your online presence. Sales asset development, all the sales assets following our proven swipes and formats. All the ops infrastructure, which you probably won't need in the beginning, but just maybe a couple months after, you will need this infrastructure and a client management portal for streamlined processes. Social looping, so showcase your assets and case studies on your social channels to engage your audience and get feedback directly from the market. And if needed, hire sales closers, appointment setters to scale and grow your sales efforts. So let's discuss the expected outcomes and results of this journey. So what do you get when you join Cold Ops? My team and I will help you build an in-house cold outreach system that consistently delivers 53 to 97 sales calls for your Web3 offer every quarter. And if you decide to partner with us and diligently follow our guidance and somehow fall short of these results, we stand by our promise to provide you with a full refund, no questions asked. And here's what you get. Full cold outreach setup. We'll create the cold outreach system from the ground up. You'll also receive complimentary access to valuable email data, all the scripts crafted for you, video sales letter, all of that built for you. Master all the sales process, implement the CRM in your company, receive detailed reviews of your sales calls, operations and fulfillment support, help you hire S-tier killers that can help scale your business even further and automate essential parts of your biz. And in addition, you'll gain access to a private community, specific channels designed to resolve bottlenecks across various areas like lead gen, VSLs, offers, sales, response handling, ops, personal branding, landing pages, cold emails, and community building. 5 weekly live coaching calls, so engaging in live coaching sessions, covering all of these topics practically, from lead gen to personal branding. Private coaching channels, so one-on-one contact with us, so enjoy direct access to our coaching team for quick answers to your questions. Landing page templates, like access professional landing page templates that we've used in the past with really good success. Swipe files to enhance your online presence, and like all the latest AI tools and tech that we use inside Cold Ops. Harness all of that power and you can streamline your processes and stay ahead of your competition. So let's just run through some recent results and client wins. So if you are interested in joining us at this point, you can find a button below to schedule a casual and pressure-free convo with me or my team. And we believe in ensuring that we are the right match for each other. And if it turns out we are indeed a great fit, we offer you our ironclad guarantee. So collab with us, follow our advice, and if you don't see at least 53 to 97 meetings in your first quarter with us, you get your money back, no questions asked. So here's some wins, right? So how Hugo went from 1 to 2 meetings per month to 15 plus meetings per month in 30 days after working with Cold Ops. And Hugo secured deals with Ava Labs, GameStarter, Supernormal, some big fat companies. So Hugo is the co-founder of a Web3 GameFi SaaS that aims to find true price discovery of non-fungible and fungible assets, and he's been a member of Cold Ops for the last 9 months. And we've been working together very, very closely, and he's generated over 200 plus sales demos for his offer and secured meetings with not just the ones I just mentioned, but Binance, Altiverse, Darewise, Fortune 500, blue chip companies like the whole works, and added over 350 grand to his pipeline. And he's also streamlined like his entire sales ops with structured discovery and close calls alongside powerful playbooks to enhance its overall operations. And Hugo is now in a prime position to move on and eventually sell the business in the high millions. And here's how Renee went from $0 to $5,500 cash collected in 13 days and went on to secure 10K months. Before that, RC was working with like low value clients, people, underpaying clients, all that bad stuff. So almost 3K collected. This makes up for your previous bad client. Almost $5,500. This was a portion of the setup fee. So he closed 7,500 Canadian dollars, which is $5,500. And here's a cheeky wins flex from our channel. So the Cold Ops Wins channel gets messages like this every single day. And by joining, you will be positioning yourself to get a piece of that action. So here's Vince securing this potential deal worth 7.5 grand to 10K for his Web3 consultancy. Bits Crunch meeting was good, Kai. Nice what happened. Had no idea they would need any services, but they did. And we discussed marketing, partnerships, influence marketing at 7.5K to 10K deal per month. So that's like 120K a year. Here's Cameron securing a meeting with GameStarter for his 30K ticket offer. Hey Cam, apologize for the delay. Yes, we'd be interested in learning more. Here's Christina securing deals and having a blast with her campaigns. Amazing week. Thanks for the really great work you and the team are doing. We just had a great call with this prospect. Here's Cameron securing a deal via cold email for his 30K ticket offer. Love it, man. Yes, I want to go down this road. Our POC world should be done first week of September, and maybe we can go on and go through it and how you can advise and how we can implement your services best. So easy tickets for Cam here. And this is in September, so this is relevant now. This was from this week. Here's Cameron securing a new client via LinkedIn DMs with an NFT marketplace doing $2 million ARR. Hey, good speaking. Just sent a follow-up. Thank you. We discussed everything internally. Excited to move forward. Agreement signed. All the good things you want to hear. New clients. Let's go. Here's Cameron securing a new sales call with an NFT project doing $3 million per year. Here's a cheeky one you can use. You could just steal this one. Hey Jackie, I'm closing out our Q2 comms as our partnership slots are filling up. Shall we put you down as a no, or shall we chat sometime next week? Hey there, apologies, been slammed, a lot of unexpected blah, let's do next week. Metagoons, $3 million. Here's Cameron securing a sales call with Mad Metaverse, another big project. They secured a partnership early Jan, Q1. Here's an interesting one. Yesterday a guy sent me a message securing his first client from my free content. So, yo man, thanks to your Google Doc on the outreach, I signed my first client. Of all the free resources, it is the only one that has really helped me. So that felt good, and I'm really happy for him. So here's Cameron securing a new sales call with Fox Network. Hey Cameron, sure, let's connect next week. Here's a student securing from his new 25 grand offer. Yes, we had the call today. He's interested in organising a call. Chief of product next week. Also had a call with Gabriel finally today. That's the 25k one. Closed him on the call. He signed the agreement just now. Killer, love a close early in the week. And here's the same student locking in a sales call with Magic Eden the next day. Meeting booked with Magic Eden tomorrow morning. Here's Des securing a meeting with a VC firm to fund her startup. Booking meeting with Trufflehound for Thursday. She's also experienced a ton of replies from her fresh campaigns. How are things? Loads of replies coming in. That's great news. Here's Hugo from GBM securing a deal with Ava Labs. Big one. Here's an interesting one. Our student, The Wizard, getting a positive reply from the CEO of Napster. Would you be open to learning more about how Napster can get on board? Shoot me an email of your thoughts. Been traveling again. Saw that our CEO of Napster responded. So even while he's traveling, he's doing stuff with family, friends, whatever. His campaigns are still running, still printing meetings for him, and he just needs to turn up and secure the deal. Here's another one of our students securing meetings with VC firms. 2 meetings, one with Dallas-based VC with background in telecoms, the other in Brazil. And here's John securing a 5k per month contract for his offshore talent agency from our campaign. So 5k per month. Yep, his name's Tom. Just closed it. 15 to 20 hours per week to start. Let's go. And here's Mitch securing a deal for his Web3 cybersecurity company. Went well, he got a connect. This guy was definitely interested in the security pitch. Some of his partner companies could use us, so it's not just one deal, it could be like 3 or 4 deals off the back end of that. Great news. And here's Des enjoying the fruits of a cold outreach campaign at scale. I've not seen anything else that was at this scale for sure. Keep the good work going. And lastly, here's one of our students securing a demo called Prolific Venture Fund Hands Network to secure funding for their project. Great, no issues with the investment amount if it makes sense after a call. Email is best, and they set up a call. So here's what happens when you go to the next page. So when you book a call, this is what you're going to see. We'll ask you some questions. You'll just fill out a form with some questions, then connect you with one of our team members for a chat. The goal is to understand your business if we're a good match. So this call won't pressure you or make you commit in any capacity. It's just a 30-minute chat to figure out if we can work together. And if we both agree that this is good, we can offer you this guarantee. And if you follow our advice and don't see at least 53 to 97 meetings in your first quarter with us, you get your money back. No questions asked. So all you need to do is click the button somewhere around this video, maybe at the bottom here, and you can schedule your call, answer some more questions, and we'll set up a chat and see if we're a good fit. After scheduling your call, I will send you more info to read, and before the call, make sure you've read it and watch this video again. Here's just what kind of offers we have before you get on the call. We've got 2 offers that may be right for you depending on your biz situation, how much free time you have, what your team looks like, stuff like that. So Cold Ops coaching offer, this covers everything we talked about in this presentation, but now we've got the Cold Ops coaching offer and placement offer. So this includes everything in the presentation you've just seen, but we'll also find, train, and manage someone to handle cold outreach for you. So there will be like a person that's trained personally by myself and my team, and there will be a carbon copy of one of us, and they will go into your company and just manage everything for you from a cold outreach perspective. And we'll even help you choose the right person, and they'll work closely with your team. This option is usually for bigger businesses, potentially enterprise, and requires an extra investment from yourself. So what's required from my end in order to hit the guarantee? This will depend on your offer since every offer is different, but it looks like this. You need to send a specific quantity of cold emails. You must show up to a specific amount of coaching calls. You must produce a VSL. You must create sales assets and lead magnets to post on socials following our frames. You must send a specific amount of cold DMs. You must produce case studies. You must create and submit a sales pitch. And lastly, you must attend all the check-in calls. And if you are reading this, just quickly go through the FAQ. Can my team join Cold Ops with me? Yes, they can. You can bring in 1 team member for free. If you want to include 2 more or more than 1, there's a small extra cost involved in that for each additional team member. Is having product fit a must? Definitely, you need at least some form of PMF. Do I need funding to work with you? Funding is a plus, it's not mandatory though. Do you provide any guarantee? Yeah, I just gave you the ironclad guarantee, 53 to 97 qualified, sales calls per quarter. Will this work for my enterprise? Yes, it does. I've tried cold outreach before. Will this time be different? Yeah, of course, you're working with me. What if I'm not good at copywriting? That's fine. If you can draft an email to a friend, we'll take care of the rest. What if I sell a complex product? As long as you sell a product with a clear, timely outcome that meets a market need, our strategy will work. What if my product isn't very expensive? Even better, the process kind of becomes similar. Depending on the cash collected within 30 days, your cash flow model may slightly vary, but profitability should remain consistent. Ideally, we want to work with nothing less than 7 grand. Like if you're not selling anything more than that, then it's probably not a fit. Will this work for my niche? This works for any niche. Web3, B2B, coaches, consultancies, marketing agencies, specifically Web3 though in this case, because that's our most experienced industry. What if I don't take sales calls? Will it work? Yep. We will route the call to your dedicated closer, or we will supply you a closer. No problem. How much work we'll have to put in? You need to spend at least like 5 to 10 hours per week on this, minimum. And you need to attend the coaching calls. Why can't I just do this manually? Well, you could, but it took me 5 years to perfect the system. You can go to YouTube and figure out all this out, but it could take you 3 years, it could take you 5 years, you could be better than me, but this is just a quicker, faster, more efficient way to get from point A to point B with as minimal headaches and bottlenecks as possible. And how much will it cost? Approximately anywhere from 5k to 20. So if you haven't already clicked off this video and booked a new call, I suggest you do if you find any of this relevant and feel that this could be useful to your company. And if you have any questions, you can find me on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and either myself or one of my team members will see you on the call. Chat to you soon.